Hi and welcome to each and every one of you out there watching this pre-recorded show. We are recording early doors on Tuesday morning for the Wednesday meeting on the 16th of July, Hollywoodbets Greyville on the poly track, and it's lovely to have Dee's Dinah next to me. Welcome Dee's, and how are you doing?
All okay, Sheldon. This 8 races carded on the poly track as we build up to the end of the month, which is just around the corner. A Gold Cup day, a World Pool race meeting as well. But let's get straight into it for race number 1, which begins the exotics, the bar pot at 12:15. It's an open maiden over 1,200 meters, and we'll bring up the field, have a look at some betting, just as a guide for you, the valued racing fan. We'll do it race by race. Number 2, Bingo, is at 3-1. Then we got number 5, Blast from the Past, the first timer from the Glen Cotson stable, at 9-2. Number 6, Gotta Go Eddie, that's trading at 11-10. And we got a 6-1 shot in number 8, Sovereign Command, with Gavin Arena up. The balance are all in double figures, but it does look like a race between 2, barring the first timers in the race, which are unknowns. Bingo versus Gotta Go Eddie. Gotta Go Eddie being costly to follow, 11-10, 7-10, 2-1. Runs well, Sheldon, but just can't put his head in front. I don't know how confident you can be with a horse like this, but he has a first go on the poly track, which may suit him. And when Bingo, from the Paul Matchett stable, brings the Gauteng form lines into the race and nicely drawn at 2. So no finish last time out from Bingo, but a consistent horse. And I had a look at the form of the balance of the runners. Nothing really jumps off the page. The unknown in the race, if the betting is to be a guide, is number 5, Blast from the Past, at around 4-1. But I think by pots 2 and 6, you should be safe, and you'll have every chance to double up as well.
I think the 2 2-year-olds, Gotta Go Eddie and Bingo, numbers 2 and 6 will be sufficient. And when you look at this open maiden, Blast from the Past could be anything in the making. The word is may just need the run. But number 6, Gotta Go Eddie, came back after the gelding, second to Mighty Zambezi, and I think he's ready to put his best hooves forward. For me, the joker in the pack could be number 9, Little Cracker, with 57.5 kgs on the back, never too far off the action. And what price is Little Cracker? Let's have a look here. Little Cracker is currently 16-1. So for the swingers and the trifectas. But when it comes to race number 1, we're going to go with number 6, Gotta Go Eddie, as the horse to beat, and number 2, Bingo, and then number 9, Little Cracker, to round up those trifecta bets.
Well, we start off the place accumulator in race number 2 at 10-1, 12:50. It's over 1,600 meters. And let's bring up the field, have a look at some betting. Number 1, Green Mile, is at 7-1. Horse number 2 is trading at 3-1. That's a Canavan. Number 3, Act of Grace, from 5-2, anti-post support, into 2-1. That's the 2-year-old filly. And then number 9, Gripen, is at 2-1. I'm going to begin with Gripen because I think that Lucinda Woodruff has found the right race for this horse. Although he's been soldiering along in the maiden ranks, 13 starts for 5 places. Let's not forget that last time out, she did race this horse against winners. And from that form line behind Nomzan, Shining Bob has come out to win. So although poorly drawn, back in maiden company, very strong chance to number 9, Gripen. If you're looking for backup in the place accumulator and the bipot, 1, Green Mile, I think on his better form, he'll have to be respected from a good draw. Horse number 3, Act of Grace, the 2-year-old filly, she's crying out for the extra ground, and she's nicely drawn at 2. And then horse number 2, I have a slight question mark, having watched this individual over shorter, whether 1,600 is going to suit him much better. But the horse to beat, Sheldon, is no doubt number 9, Gripen, dropping in class.
I'm strongly in your camp here with number 9, Gripen, Dees. Look at the form, some very encouraging form. You mentioned ran against winners last time behind Nomzan. 57 kilograms on the back. From that 9 draw, Calvin Abib will have a plan in mind. And I think the 22-10 and 5-2, I think a bet on the nose, that's going to be my best bet on the day. Race 2, number 9, Gripen. Then we look at number 3, Active Grace, the filly taking on the boys, 57 kilograms, runner up the last 2 efforts, and after that number 6, Promise of Fire, and number 2. But we're not going to get too complicated in race number 2. Both Dees and I really like number 9, Gripen, the Visionaire from the Lucinda Woodruff stable. They're in tremendous form at the moment, and I'll be expecting nothing less than a victory from number 9, Gripen, in race number 2. Moving along to race number 3, and talking about 3, I think number 1, Eventador, is going to go 3 in a row. This is the son of Elusive Fort for the Inkobo stable, and they're having a tremendous trot at the moment, Dees. He's sending out horses that are coming through to win, and they're doing exceptionally well for the Hollywood racing, and they're just counting down their numbers one of these days.
Yeah, and they're looking for their record for the season as well. I must compliment Bo with the small string of horses. This horse is in tremendous form. Going for 3 on the bounce. Mr. Nibbles enhancing his form line last time out. Nicely drawn at 1. Sean Veal looking to add to his tally for the season, add to his tally and KZN. And from draw 1, a horse that hasn't been punished for his last 2 wins, 68 to a 75. So I think he'll have every chance of winning again. In the place accumulator to Eventador, there's a runner that I just can't leave out, also priced up at 28 to 10. In fact, Eventador 28 to 10, 3 Queen's Time at 7 to 2, 6 Lexicon Point at 28 to 10, 7 Red Mountain at 6 to 1, and then Papa C at 5 to 1. This horse, Lexicon Point, for Freaky Clayton. Close up behind My Ball Lollipop last time out. Pull out that form line. Al Dante, Forward Motion, Lucky Dollar, subsequent winner Gurkha's powerful form line here in KZN. So 1 in 6 for me in the PA. In the pick 6, however, I've gone gun shy. I've included 2 more runners, and they are going to be 3 Queen's Time. I don't know how much more to come from this 2-year-old straight out the maidens, but a nice low weight of 52 kgs, and horse number 8, Papa C. And then if you want to push me, for 1 more, then it goes against my rule. It's going to be number 7, Red Mountain. But 1 and 6 in the PA, good enough for me.
You're not going to like what I tell you, Dees, because I'm going to push you further.
Yes.
Number 4, 6, Hot Fix.
Yes.
Totally off form at the moment. Races for the Hollywood Racing. Back to Greyville Polly last time out. Will come on from that run. And if you look at the opposition taken on earlier, a lot stronger. So 25 to 1 for the exotics, worth throwing in. But I do agree number 1, Eventador, is the right one from the Hollywood runners.
Yeah, 4-6 Hot Fix is a 7-time winner. All 7 wins on the Poly track. And if this young man, Blaine Marks Jacobson, can get it right and bring this horse back to some type of form, could be a nice result, especially trifectas and quartets. You're looking for that type of horse to fill in the minor positions if it doesn't win. But race number 3, 1,800 meters. Get on the tote. It's the start of the big one at 13.25. We're on to race number 4 at 14.05, and it is the start of Jackpot 1, 1,800 meters the distance. Let's bring up the field, have a look at some betting. Number 1, Ricardo, Dennis Bosch, Calvin Habib, draw 1, 8 to 1. Then we got number 3, Afropolitan, Garrett Van Zyl, and JC Burtis will claim the 4, 3 to 1. Number 4, Muda Man, that's Kumara Naidu and Gavin Arena, 4 to 1. 5, Corrupt, Matthew and Mike DeCock, and Cal Murray, that's at 5 to 2. 6, My Ball Lollipop is at 5 to 1, and that's Frank Robertson and Chad Little. And then Atantiwem Gutla and Stuart Ferry with Blazing Light at 7 to 1. Now, this race, whilst I understand they got number 5 Corrupt on top of the betting boards at 5 to 2, one must say that although the horse has come down in the ratings, which is clearly visible after him winning on debut, the form doesn't inspire much, the post-maiden form that is, especially his last start, which I thought was slightly disappointing. 5 lengths behind Serpentine Fire. However, this is the trip that he's looking for and further. 1,800 meters plus just on pedigree, related to the likes of Zeus, Indian Ocean, Out of Your League, and Pay Back the Money. It's a staying family. So this is the distance he's looking for. So the fixed odds betting markers and bookmakers taking no chances. Ricardo will get a mention because I expected better from him last time out. He's got the draw. Afropolitan's a strong front runner with the young man claiming the 4. If he has things his own way, he could possibly, have a chance of going start to finish. But the runner that I really like here, the 7-1 shot, is Blazing Light. He's a horse that's been carrying much more weight than he's carrying in this race, for the fact that, he is stepping up in class, so going down in weight. So with a horse that carries the weight well and been carrying, likes of 61 and 64 kgs, this horse will think he's loose on Wednesday. I think another horse, between himself and Afropolitan, I'd like to see who's in front as they turn into the straight, because this horse, Blazing Light, on his day, he's good. So that's my value at 7-1, Sheldon, but I think the winner should come from the horses I've touched on, 1, 3, 5, and 8.
I got to agree with you. Number 8, Blazing Light. I did have a word with Stuart Ferry after his last run. He just thought that they went a little bit quick. He thought Damien Pillay, the apprentice, still learning the tricks of the trade. He just went a little bit too quick, went too far ahead, and he was a little bit tired the last 150 meters. 52.5 kgs on the back. Front runner, he's going to be there, but I'm strongly in the camp of number 3, Afropolitan. 5-time winner, all 5 wins on the poly, gets the weight off the back, and is taken on far stronger than this field. If he's 85%, 90% ready for this, the Gareth van Zyl team, they're absolutely floating at the moment. So for me, number 3, Afropolitan, very tough to beat. I think he'll get to the front. Blazing Light, I think, will set up camp in second, and then number 5, Corrupt, will be staying on with number 1, Ricardo, for the minor placings. But number 3, Afropolitan, Gareth van Zyl and the team, and the Hollywood team, they'll be looking to add another. Moving along to race number 5, which is over the 1,000-meter dash, and just having a look at the betting. Wherever I lay my hat, number 1 is 3-1. Number 3, Purple Powerhouse. Well, they're having a whale of a time at the moment, 7-2. 5, Victor Ale, 4-1. And then number 2, Catavar, is at 5-1. Number 7, Griffin Park at 6-1. And number 8, Mask On at 7-1. Explicit Content and Capellino, 10 and 12-1. D's number 8, Mask On. You did sing. 4th last time behind Fate of Fortune. 3rd to Purple Powerhouse in the penultimate run. Just the draw to negotiate.
Looks that way, but Chad Little is having his fair share of winners as well. Nice end to the season for him. Yadev Singh's got a very small string of horses, but he's a trier, and this horse seems to be trying for that next win. I'm just going to say at the top of the show that I don't like the look of this race, because if you look at most of this field, they haven't won for a long time. It's all about ratings, and all of them are dropping in the ratings. Barring a horse like Purple Powerhouse, who's always a solid campaigner. He'll put in a solid shift for you for the PA and that and the likes, but every now and again he'll put in an indifferent run. So if he has that type of run on Wednesday, then this could be a race where if you get the quartet with a minimum spend, wow, I think you'll do well. Keep an eye on Victor Ale if that ran the other day, 7 lengths behind Lulu the Legend. But the betting has number 1, wherever I lay my hat, at 3-1. Number 2, Catavar at 5-1. 3, Purple Powerhouse, 7-2. 5, Victor Ale at 4-1. 6-1, number 7, Griffin Park. And 8, Mask On at 7-1. Tough race. Very tough race. I'm going to suggest the field in the jackpot and the pick 6. Maybe even if you're playing a pick 3 that closes, or it's formed part of your pick 3 race, number 5. But for the place accumulator, with no degree of confidence, I must add, numbers 1, 2, and 3. I know many will be saying, but D's number 3, Purple Power, surely a top 3. I understand that, but he can put in a bad run every now and again.
100% right. So it's one of those races where you have to go the field. My first selection is going to be Mask On. We've got a horse called The Mask running later on, so they'll be my top 2 selections. Number 7, Griffin Park, I give a good chance to with the 4 kgs off the back. So it's 8 from 7. And then when we're looking for the 3rd position, I'm going to go number 1 wherever I lay my hat. But when it comes to the winners area, 8, Mask On from number 7, Griffin Park, and hopefully we survive at this leg.
That's the last pick 3 on the card, and it's a B stakes. It's over 1,000 meters, race number 6, races 6, 7, and 8. Usually gets a sizable pick 3 pool, the last 3 races on the card. We'll bring up the field. Number 1, Future Flow, 5-2. 2, Blue Holly at 3-1. Then we got 7-1 shots. Number 4, Mojo Man. 5, Connery at 3-1. The important scratching is number 6. This is what it means. Ineligible, having won the other day. And what form this horse is in. Wow. MJ Ordendal. Beautiful. 7, 21 May from the Duncan Howell stable is at 3-1. And it's double figures the balance. I think the door is left wide open here. Nothing too creative for me, Sheldon. But this horse, Future Flow, who took, I think, 16 runs, if I'm not mistaken, to win the maiden. But since then, he's just grown in confidence. It's amazing what a win can do for a horse, because this horse can't run badly. He's a horse that you can, leave him from off the speed. You can race him up handy. Gavin Lerena will have a try for the first time on him from a good draw. And I think that number 1, Future Flow, just having a look at the opposition that he takes on, whilst there's speed in the race, there's some horses that you can recommend. I think he's the right horse in the race. I'm going to suggest that maybe take a banker, guys, if you're looking for one in the pick 6. Once I look past him, I'll have to give a chance to number 2, Blue Holly, number 7, 21 May. And then Mr. Henley, he's just been on and off racing since September 2024, so I don't know, what's the issue with him, but he's also a quick horse on his day. But one has to take a chance somewhere, and in this race, I think whatever beats Future Flow wins.
I think you could be on to the right horse here, especially with the one draw. We know Future Flow, when they come to the last 300, he likes to lug towards the inside of the course. And Gavin Lerena will have the gun run. He'll be sitting quietly, turning for home. And that's the horse they all have to beat. Number 1, Future Flow, with the 58.5 kilograms on the back. And then you look at horses like number 3, One Too Many, who gets some weight off the back. And also number 4, Mojo Man. 2, Blue Holly, another. So it's the apprentices versus the jockeys here. And in race number 6, D's and I will be going with number 1, Future Flow, but not with a great deal of confidence. As we look forward to race number 7 over 1,200 meters, and 15:45 should be the time that is carded. They'll jump when the starter says go. The Greyville Convention Centre, Class 4. The recent maiden winner, number 1, Wing Walker. I'm very surprised, Dees, that this is your 22-10 favourite. Number 6, Master Bling, 7-2, a 5-time winner. Wing Walker carries 60 kilograms. Horses like Master Bling, 57.5. You've got number 7, The Mask, who's my first selection, and that has shortened from 16-1 down 8-1. 57 minus the 4, so with just a postage stamp on the back, number 7, The Mask, is going to be my first selection. If you go back in the earlier form, Great Plains, All About L, Blue Holly, they all there. Last time out, kicked the gate, was slow, so we forgive that run on number 7, The Mask. Don't forget, was supported from 10-1 down 5-1. And D's, I think they've said last time we did our money, this time we're going to get it back. They've taken the 16-1, and I hope that they prove spot on.
Yeah, it could be the case, because the rating drop is the big eye catcher for this horse, and given some help again last time out. You mentioned the claim 4. In fact, it's the first time in this horse's career post-maiden that he gets the claim 4, and this could be the big move from the Glenn Cotson stable, because if you take out the claim 4, which is 8 pounds, you can see the horse is racing off a net 65, and yeah, I just need some confidence from him, but he could be a nice result for you. Number 7, The Mask. Is he the form horse in the race? He's not, but he's the horse that's dropping in the rating that could bounce back to form. The form horses in the race are number 3, Preemptive Strike, and 6, Master Bling. Preemptive Strike loves the poly, that we know. Sean Veal, when he's not riding for Hollywood Racing, he often gets first choice from Stuart Ferry. He knows this horse like the back of his hand. Number 3, Preemptive Strike. And then 6, Master Bling. Yeah, his last few runs have been good, but he's just had hard luck stories. Go and watch his replays, you'll know exactly what I'm saying. If things work out for him, Supersteve's just staying on guard pull. I think they teamed up the other day at Hollywoodbets Scottsville to 2 winners, so the stable's good. The young man's riding well. So 3 and 6 look to be the form horses, but 7, a nice roughie, 2 Fate of Fortune, can he go back to back? And then number 1, Wing Walker. I think if you want to back this horse, I agree with Sheldon, you're going to have to wait race time. 18 to 10 is too short. He'll blow out in the betting market once they even out the betting, and you'll see the real money come for, I think, a few other runners in the race. But you'll never know. You know, Lucinda Woodruff's horse can have a lot to come. But yeah, the value, as Sheldon mentioned, is number 7, The Mask, if you're looking for a horse that's dropping in ratings with the claim 4. But it looks like a competitive race. Just give me 2 numbers for the PA.
Place accumulator, number 2, Fate of Fortune, and number 7, The Mask. Those will be my 2 runners.
2 and 7 for Sheldon. Play a trifecta and quartet with the 2 numbers. I like numbers 3 and 6. Maybe box those 4 runners. 2, 3, 6, and 7. And you should get it right here in race number 7. Race number 8, class 4, 1200 meters. We close things off at Hollywoodbets Greyville on this poly track, and hopefully you're running in your bets. You're looking forward to closing off whatever you've taken in the 8th race, and it all falls into place. Let's bring up the field. We'll have a look at some betting. Number 2, Gimme the Good Life, is at 2 to 1. Then we have number 3, Winter Waves, at 8 to 1. 4, Lion's Eyes, at 9 to 2. 5, Superfast, at 7 to 2. 6, Hippocrates, is at 9 to 2. And 9, Ibere, is at 8 to 1. Okay, Sheldon, I'm going to hand the baton over to you after I give you my thoughts. Number 2, Give Me the Good Life from the Tony Peters stable. Had everything his own way last time out. I thought it was the perfect ride by Serena Moodley. Can he go back to back? Well, he has won on the poly track. Wouldn't surprise me. Number 5, Superfast, is just that when his mind's on racing. Damien Pellet claiming the 4 kgs. He needs everything to go his way. But I think I found the perfect horse here who is going to have the perfect race. Number 6, Hippocrates, with Serena Moodley. With a horse like Superfast on his inside, and this horse Hippocrates is quick, but I just feel he's not quick enough, or the experience of Serena Moodley will come into play here. I'm hoping it does that. Superfast goes to the front, Hippocrates sitting second, maybe Give Me the Good Life third, or between 2 and 6 sitting second and third. And with those decent fractions set up front by number 5, Superfast, I think it's going to be a race between 2 and 6 for that first prize. I'm not discounting the chances of Superfast, Sheldon, because he can run start to finish, but I think it could turn out beautifully for Gavin Arena and Serena Moodley with a horse like Superfast in draw 5. But my top choice is going to be horse number 6, and I'm suggesting to the guys an each way play.
Well, there you heard from D's number 6, Hippocrates. This is a 6-time winner, all 6 victories on the poly, 4 of them course and distance, and certainly going to have a big say here. And like you said, Superfast will probably pull him through. Hippocrates will follow him through across, sit second or third. And then this horse number 1, Kumamori. 131 days off the track, taken on a little bit stronger in the past. If 85% ready, I think this is a horse who could trouble the top few.
Yeah, JC Porter's got some nice rides on the day, claiming 4. And from draw 1, I don't know what the plan will be, because I've seen this horse go start to finish as well for over 1,400 meters. So it's going to be tactics. If you start looking at the field and you know that there's pace in the race and there's speed in the race, and you know that your horse enjoys racing up Andy, what do? You can't let them all stride now. You're just going to have to, bite the bullet and say that this horse is going to be much quicker than mine. I'm going to take a seat, or you're going to fight for position. So a horse like Kimamura, I'll definitely include in trifectas and quartets. So that could be a nice horse to include in double figures. But as always, thanks to you, the valued racing fan, on behalf of Sheldon Peters, Gallop TV, and myself, Deez Dine, and you have a blast, find all the winners, and hopefully it turns out to be one of those days you can remember. Building up a kitty. That is what we want to do over the next week and a half. Until we meet again, you take care. Salani Gaste.
Welcome back. It's that time of the show where we go on to the suggested bet, and I've come up with one best bet on the card in race 2, number 9, Gripen. Currently around 22-10, has taken on winners in the past, and this just seems to be the ideal race for this individual, the son of Visionaire, to get it right. One run on the poly for a 4th placing. Calvin Abib knows him exceptionally well, and what more can we say about Lucinda Woodruff? Having an absolute blast of a time, winner after winner, and I think Gripen, with 57 kilograms on the back this one.